Welcome back to part 2, snouts and horns. Remember to have an adult or caregiver help you. Okay, let's get started. First, you will need a paper grocery bag. And the first thing we're going to do is gently remove the handle. But if it rips, don't worry, because we fold part of it. Once you have the handle off, open your paper bag, and you're going to want to cut down just one corner, one side. And we want to cut out the bottom of the bag. What you'll be left with is one big rectangle. Now on your paper bag, there's usually a nice fold that's about 3 inches up from the bottom. And we're going to just use that as a guide for cutting a nice long strip. If it doesn't go all the way, you can just use your ruler and give yourself a little extra guideline. Your 3-inch strip will be your headband for your horns. So what we're going to want to do is fold that into thirds. Just going to kind of want to fold one end towards one side towards the middle. Also, you could just at this point do a quick measurement of your head so you know that you can cut a little bit off. Just makes it easier to fold. Once you have it all folded, you'll end up with a strip like this. And you'll see that we have a nice little pocket here that we can slip our horns into. Now we can go ahead and make our horns. As you may remember, for part 1, we saved 2 sides from our cereal boxes. And those are going to be what we use to make our horns. Now again, I'm going to use a curve to help me design my horn. So I'm going to go ahead and place my cup. I'm going to trace a curve here. We're going to make sort of an S shape. Then you're going to take your ruler and you're just going to draw a little line. And from there, just make about a 1-inch tab at the bottom. So once you cut it out, you'll end up with something that looks like this. So you can take your first horn and use it to trace your second horn. Back to my rule again. When you trace, be face to face. And then when you cut it out, you'll have 2 identical horns. Now once you have your horns, you just want to go to about the middle of your headband. Okay. And put a bit of glue there. Then you just want to have somebody help you to measure and get your head shape just right so that you can just take. And then you can decorate it however you want. You can find find things in magazines to cut out. You could color them. You could color your horns before you put them in. I put a couple of little magazine ears on mine. The design is up to you. Now we'll make our fire-breathing snout. When you're done making your headband, you'll be left with a large rectangle. So we're just going to fold that in half. So then you get to decide about how long you want your snout to be. Fold up one edge, and you're going to smooth that out. And then you want to try to sort of fold at an angle, and you're going to make what's kind of an ice cream cone shape. Once you get it to the shape that you want, you kind of want to hold it up to your nose and make sure it fits. And then you can go ahead and tape. Put a little bit of tape at the other end, just to secure that. And put some tape inside as well, just to secure it. And once you have it about where you want it and you taped it, just draw a little bit, just a faint little line, and then you can just cut off the excess paper bag. And what you're going to end up with is something like this. So the next thing we're going to do is put on some strings to hold it on to your head. So you're probably going to need about a foot of string on each side. So again, have somebody use something pointy, and you're going to want to cut 2 little holes about an inch down on either side. And then you can just feed your string through and tie a knot. And that will be like this. And then you want to put some nostrils on your fire-breathing snout. So you just have some black magazine paper and a penny. You're going to trace your penny and then cut it out, and you'll have 2 little snouts. And you may remember from part 1 that we wanted you to collect a lot of yellow and red and orange paper. And you're going to want to cut those into little flame-shaped strips. And you just can be pretty loose with this. You just want sort of triangular shapes. So you can just cut little strips of varying sizes that will be your flames. And in the end, you'll just cut different lengths and you'll end up with something like this. So you just gather them into a little fire bouquet, and once you have a bouquet, you just want to go ahead and tape all around it. And then you're going to want to go ahead and tape that inside the top of your snout. And then you have a fire-breathing snout. Once everything is done, then be a dragon and imagine your story.